Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 11 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start with a bit of breaking news. Tonight, the North Idaho College Board of Trustees voted to oust the school's president, Rick McLennan. Our news partners, the Coeur d'Alene Press, reports the board decided not to renew his contract during a special board meeting tonight, voting 3-2 to end his 5-year term. McLennan was the longest serving president for North Idaho College, but over the past year, the Board of Trustees and President McLennan have butted heads over COVID protocols. McLennan instituted a mask mandate to take effect at the start of fall semester, and then 2 days later, the board voted to rescind the mandate. In the meantime, Lita Burns, the vice president for instruction, will stand in as acting president. Tonight, for the first time, we are hearing potential solutions to the ongoing school bus driver shortage and how Spokane Public Schools, how they plan to solve the issue. Tonight, the school board discussed solutions such as partnering with the Spokane Transit Authority to help transport students to sporting events and providing bus passes to those who need them. They also discussed carpooling.
You're starting to see across the country less of a universal model and more of a menu. So you can use public transit, you can use a yellow school bus, you could do ride share. Like there's these different types of options as they're really looking to diversify what that looks like. And to your inquiry, that's the hope of the work group is to look at what are all the different options that are out there that are being used around the country and what's the best approach for Spokane Public Schools.
Another option the board discussed tonight was transportation reimbursement for families who take their kids to school. No final decisions were made tonight. We will keep you posted as we learn more about the district's plans. Student health and safety and staffing shortages were topics of discussion at the Cheney School District's board meeting tonight. This as the school's COVID data dashboard shows that cases continue to rise there. KREM 2 education reporter Morgan Trow was at tonight's meeting and has more now on what parents are saying.
Mark, I am getting email after email of Cheney parents panicking about the rising COVID cases in the school district. So far, their COVID dashboard reports 91 positive cases since the start of the school year, which is September 1st, with the majority of them happening within the past few days. This comes after hospitals across the region say they are seeing younger and younger patients come in with severe cases of the virus. I spoke to a mother who says she should have trusted her gut and never let her son back into class. For the immunocompromised, COVID-19 could be a death sentence.
I'm the one that pushed him to go to school, and now I regret doing that.
Karen Sexton says her Cheney High School senior was in the hospital all Monday with a case of COVID-19. Ryan came home from school and told her he didn't feel well. He looked pale, so the family rushed him to the emergency room.
Sneezing, coughing, no taste or smell. And they told us it's going to run its course and it could get worse.
Ryan, although vaccinated, has a weakened immune system. Karen says he has severe asthma and suffered from a lung infection a few years ago that attacked his brain and spinal cord, landing him in the hospital for weeks. She says the school knows about his condition and told her they would be especially careful with him. Karen called the school to let them know about the most recent hospitalization, and a few minutes later, she received an email back, and then another. And another.
When I got the 6 emails yesterday that were, oh no, there's a COVID positive case, I knew it was Ryan because I called them. And to tell me that he's not in close contact, that totally lost my faith.
Her son brought home COVID to her family. Her husband, also immunocompromised, had to be hospitalized as well.
But now I have to take 10 to plus days off of work because I can't go back to work without a negative test. I guarantee on what I'm feeling now that I have it.
Ryan's case is just one example of schools struggling to manage the pandemic. We've been receiving emails and messages from concerned parents for weeks now. In a board meeting tonight, the district assured they had a handle on the now more than 90 cases since the school year began on September 1st.
I wanted other moms to know and other parents to know that to ignore those emails that said your kid didn't come in close contact, because I ignored it and now I'm in this situation.
She is begging parents to trust their gut regarding their kids' education, especially if they have an underlying medical condition. I reached out to Cheney today, but hadn't heard back before the school board meeting. I went to that, and the officials say we may be receiving new guidelines for schools in the next week from local and state health leaders. In the newsroom, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
If you are in a high-risk group, you are one step closer now to getting a third dose of Pfizer's COVID-19 shot. An FDA panel just recommended a Pfizer booster for those 65 years and older and younger people with underlying health conditions. The booster is also allowed for people in jobs that put them at a high risk for COVID-19. There is still one more step, though. Tomorrow, a panel of CDC advisors will review the decision before the boosters can be given out. Pediatric doctors in North Idaho are warning about the coronavirus surge there, and they emphasize this is taking a physical and emotional toll on children. Dr. Todd Hoopman works in critical care at Kootenai Health, and he said they are now seeing a significant population of younger patients, including in the COVID ICU. Kootenai Health and other pediatric healthcare providers in North Idaho are preparing for an even larger surge as schools around that area have now started. A doctor from Lakeside Pediatrics said they have seen a 200% increase in COVID patients, including severe cases in children as young as a few weeks old, all the way up to teenagers.
I think a lot of parents and school board officials are saying, well, that's not me. That's not our house. That's not our home. And it is, and that's what makes us sad and scared, because it doesn't need to be this way. And the more we team up and the more we mask up and the more we vaccinate those who are eligible, hopefully the sooner we can get back to that normal that we all desperately, desperately want.
Carol also said Kootenai Health has had to transfer children who have severe COVID symptoms to Sacred Heart here in Spokane because Kootenai Health does not have a dedicated pediatric ICU. And as cases surge among younger populations, we wanted to know what it would take for the Coeur d'Alene School District to approve a mask requirement. Just last week, the Coeur d'Alene School Board of Trustees approved a reopening plan where masks are strongly recommended but not required. That plan passed 3-2, which is how the vote has remained at the last several meetings where masks are concerned. A mask requirement must be approved by the Board of Trustees, and we know the chair and 2 other trustees oppose requiring masks, and with only 2 trustees supporting the mask requirements in their schools. All right, let's talk weather for a moment. Today, officially the first day of fall, but the cool temperatures not arriving just yet. Let's get straight out to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Outdoor Weather Center tonight. And my goodness, Thomas, this week looks pretty fantastic.
Yeah, and with the sunshine, feels great outside, though today was actually mostly cloudy overall, but still very nice for the first day of fall. More sunshine on tap during the daytime hours. That's going to keep our temperatures above average, though it will be still a little bit cool and crisp first thing in the morning. Just a small disturbance moved by the area today. That's where all the cloud cover came from, but the moon shining brightly just past full for this evening, and some of the fall colors are already starting to pop. If you look really closely, especially along the tops of some of these trees in Post Falls, you can see a little bit of color. I think the trees across the street from our station are also ready to go full goldenrod as well. Light cloud cover for tonight. This is mostly just high cloud cover, so really it's going to be sunny, mostly sunny throughout most of the day tomorrow. Plenty warm for this weekend, but next week tracking another batch of some fall-like rain across the Pacific Northwest. So coming up, going to detail just when to expect that next round of rainfall and just how warm conditions will be for this weekend.
Sounds good, Thomas. We'll talk to you later in the broadcast. Well, after a 16-month hiatus, Survivor is officially back. When we come back, we'll hear from a Washington man who's on the show and why he says this season is different from the others. Plus, a child kidnapping from the 30s that shocked the nation is getting renewed attention. How one author is breaking down the case.